Coming up in tonight's show, I start to question my decisions.
Come on, this car's got no go.
How much has it got, Lou?
It's got nothing.
But things start to improve.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Welcome to the Mad Tourismo Show, where the beauty of Gran Turismo meets the chaos of online multiplayer, all in one weekly ride. Each episode, I'm shining the spotlight on the cars from Daily Race A to find out what makes them brilliant, and sometimes not so brilliant, with the help of the Mad Tourismo Test Track. But what happens when the cars are thrown into the realm of Daily Race A? Will they be a hit, or just a big pile of shockingness? There's only one way to find out. Roll VT.
The Subaru Impreza 22B STI, a car so iconic that it has its own cult following. No, let's go as far as to say it has its own religion at this point. It was built in 1998 to celebrate Subaru's third consecutive World Rally Championship title. Only 400 units were made, however, for Japan, some of which were sent overseas, but each one hand assembled. I'm glad they only made 400 units because the legend would have worn off. The 22B isn't fast by today's standards, and it's not particularly refined either, but it's special because it's rare, it's raw, and it's rooted in a moment of pure rally glory. It's a time capsule, not a production car, and legends need to stay rare. Under the bonnet sits a 2.2-litre turbocharged flat 4, spitting out 276 brake horsepower, but at the time it was rumoured to have closer to 300 brake horsepower. It's backed by an all-wheel drive system and a 5-speed close ratio gearbox. The weight comes in at 1,270 kilograms. It's aggressive, it's boxy, it's unmistakably 90s. The 22B was Subaru's greatest hits album, a WRX turned up to 11. People didn't just drive this thing, they worshipped it. The eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that I'm not actually in the 22B. If the 22B was the king of the road, what I'm in is a rallying god. The 22B was built for the road. It was Subaru's way of bottling that rally magic and selling it to the public. A WRX that you could actually own. This, however, was built for the WRC. No compromise, no aircon, no creature comforts. Just gravel, jumps, and sideways mayhem. Unlike the 22B, the WRX had a 2-litre turbocharged flat 4, pushing out around 300 to 320 brake horsepower. It had specific torque curves and anti-lag systems that sounded like gunfire. The WRX was also a bit lighter than the 22B, sitting at 1,230 kilograms. It was stripped down to its bare essentials, along with a full cage, carbon panels, and not a shred of soundproofing in sight. A 6-speed sequential gearbox with hydraulic handbrake and active differentials. Long travelling suspension with custom dampers. When this thing was tuned correctly, it would launch into the stratosphere and come down in one piece. Now, since the Mad Tourismo track only features road cars, I think we better hand the 22B over to Mad Lou. Let's see what he can do.
Welcome everyone to Tsukuba Circuit, the home of the Mad Tourismo Test Track. This is where every car we feature goes up against the stopwatch. No excuses, no traffic, just one hot lap to prove its worth. Every week, the cars of Daily Race A are going to be thrown around this twisty little nightmare to set a lap time. No assists, no excuses, just pure performance. So when manufacturers say something's fast, we've got the proof.
This is where we separate the legends from the lemons. Let's see how this week's car in the spotlight does around the Mad Tourismo Test Track. And he's away then, that rear end squatting into the tarmac like a dog cleaning its backside on the carpet. 300 horsepower sent through the four-wheel drive system. How's it going to behave into turn one of bridge? Beautifully is the answer. Straight lining it as much as possible through the S's section of maggots and brackets before heading into Jask. That all-wheel drive system wants to push on all of the time. Through Dunlop she goes, the rear end sliding and complaining before heading through. It's a corner depending on what car or weather conditions, and let me tell you, it certainly is a corner in this car. The rear end again breaking away. How's it going to behave on the exit of Shell? One final corner of the Mad Tourismo Test Track to go, which is Pond. Building up the speed, about to plant the foot on the brake pedal, the nose dives into the tarmac. Around the last corner she goes, the 22B STI across the line. Now, this is the Mad Tourismo Show's bragging board, where we're going to document the lap times of the cars that fly around the Mad Tourismo Test Track. I have the time of the Subaru 22B STI. It's up against some stiff competition. We are only 4 weeks into the Mad Tourismo Show. 2 electric cars coming in at close to 600 brake, and a Radical that weighs less than an MX-5 with close to 300 brake horsepower. So the Subaru is in bad company right now. Nevertheless, the Subaru did it in a 104.8. Very respectable. But anyway, stats are for the history books. Let's head back to the Subaru Impreza WRC car. Let's see what it's like against fellow competitors. Right, I've just got a few minutes before my first race at Sardinia for the Daily Race A. My first attempt of the week. Gonna get a few laps under my belt in the Impreza, and the point is to try and see how much fun the cars are each week in the Daily Race A. Dive deep into the cars themselves and then test them out online against other fellow competitors and see what sort of chaos can unfold. And I expect a lot of chaos. Wow, okay, so obviously the car to use is the Audi Quattro. I'm taking one for the team, for Subaru, in the Impreza. Let's go. Right, 6 laps of this Sardinia course. It looks rather gloomy, which I was not anticipating. Oh no, it's not too bad. It was just the preview. Foot on the brake as always. The radar will be helpful. 5 lights, here we go. And we're off a slightly slow start on my behalf. Let's use that lower torque on the revs. Everyone absolutely piling away through the first corners. I could be absolutely out of my depth in this Impreza. Let's just have a look now and just see what the deal is. It's got nothing. It can't compete. This is unfortunate. How are we gonna get through here? Not too bad. Come away unscathed. That's come off very good. Right, then a left, a very fast section. Some cars going wide. Take advantage, Lou. It's really unfortunate. I don't know quite what to do about it. We got yellow flags up ahead. Someone down the inside, another Quattro. He's hit the wall. Cut back. Oh, that's beautiful. Go foot to the floor. Go! No, he's just got too much grunt coming out of the corner. I can't compete with that. Hop and a skip to go. I'm on an unfortunate line, all sorts of sideways. I am now dead last in a car that is absolutely flying around this track, and yet I still cannot compete with the guys ahead. I don't think I would be this far off. I've made some great moves already. I am assuming that it's pure car performance at this point. The guys are just peeling away in ahead to a certain point that tells me it's probably car. I don't want to come across too big-headed, but I think I would be able to somewhat keep up. It's just not got the grunt out of the corners. 300 to 320 horsepower is obviously not enough. But we'll carry on. We don't know what's going to happen. You never know. In motorsport, stranger things have happened. 12th to 1st. Unlikely, but we never give up. Mad Lou never gives up. It's the final lap, people. I'm almost a minute behind the leader. Doesn't bode well for the Subaru Impreza rally car, I'm afraid. The Quattro just showing absolute dominance, much like it did in the real world of WRC, I'm afraid. So it's not a great result for the Impreza. Well, it's a pretty poor result, let's be honest. Not been fun this week, I've got to say. Not been fun. It's not... Adjusting my driving style to rally, I still want to take everything with an apex, and it requires... It's an art form, it really is. Rally driving is just different. It really is. Pop, pop, pop. Let's go. Let's finish this race, this sad, awful race that I should never have really attempted in this car. But, like I said at the start, I do things my own way, and that's how I'm going to keep it. 12th position. A very clean race. I doubt many others could say that. It was just the sheer horsepower and the weight of the Quattro in that one. 588 brake horsepower, 230 kilograms lighter than the Impreza as well. The 205, 448 brake, under a ton, so it's no wonder I was absolutely nowhere in that race. Yeah, my heart sank a little bit, to be honest, when I saw this week's Daily Race A, that we were in rally cars. Not my ideal formula, especially I don't think it appeals to many people either. But I had some fun in the Impreza. We got to see the 22B around the Mad Tourismo Test Track. Great fun as always, but let me know your thoughts on the Impreza, and I will see you on track soon.